How's today been so far?
Good. It's been really good. I'm really excited that we're doing this show, that we're a part of the HMV Next Big Thing.
Yeah.
Sold out, which I'm really excited about too. I didn't expect that at all. That was a really nice surprise.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's obviously quite good to be picked to play HMV's Next Big Thing, especially since last year most of the acts really had a big breakthrough because of it. And obviously you've been really busy touring and all that. And the album's been out for a while now. How has it been since it's been out?
Good. You know, it's been a slow progression. I started gigging officially in this country about 6 months before the album came out. So it was sort of like releasing an album and building a fan base from scratch, kind of all at the same time, which has been really exhausting, but really exciting and a lot of fun. It's really kept me on my toes, which has been really, really nice. And I've seen so much of this country and of Europe, and I've gotten to do some really exceptional things, you know, over the past year. People are buying it every single day, which is good, and people are finding it, coming around to it, so I'm very happy.
That's good. How do you find that you've changed the way you're writing music now since the album's been out and since you've had, I mean, all the experiences of touring in the UK? And
I think a little bit, you know, I think in some ways the more you write, you know, I think you do sort of, maybe not always necessarily mature, but you do sort of grow to like certain things or not like other things, or recognize maybe the more you write, oh, that's not going to be very good, or, you know, whatever. But I think definitely one thing that was really good about me coming here to the UK was, you know, I didn't know anyone when I moved here. I didn't have any friends. All I had was the people that I was making the record with and my record label. And it gave me a lot of time on my own, which was sort of frustrating at first until I made friends. But it was very good because it forced me to be able to really write from the right perspective and write from a very honest point of view, because I could very plainly sort of lay out everything that I wanted to say. There wasn't anywhere I could hide from anything or disguise maybe how what I wanted to say or how I was feeling. I sort of had to live with myself and what was going on. And it was a bit of a weird time too, because I really started to fall in love with the UK and living here, even though I didn't have anyone around. And that sort of became a little bit scary for me, because I thought, what if I end up loving this place too much and I don't ever want to go back? What's going to happen? And, you know, your life is what you make it. You know, if that's how I wanted my life to be, then I could live my life that way. But it was a bit of a funny time at first.
Yeah, because I'm asking because the album, I love it. You've got an amazing voice.
Thank you.
But obviously your themes it can be quite sad and heartbreaking. And now, as you said, you're quite happy. So I'm wondering if your new songs are basically going to take a new turn and be more upbeat, or is it all?
I think there's a very general underlying sadness that I do carry. I don't really know what that is, but I'm a very emotional person, so I think that's where that comes from. Emotional as in I feel the weight of things. I don't like cry all the time, but but I'm quite a serious person, and I don't take things lightly. And I think that's probably why things get communicated on the album the way that they do. People always say it's all really sad, it's all really dark, and I was in a really, really weird place when I moved over here. I had just gotten out of a 3-year relationship, fucking worst breakup of my life, and I moved to a foreign country where I knew nobody, and there was no one there to comfort me or make me feel any better or tell me that everything was going to be okay. And I just had to like tell myself, which is really depressing when you know everything isn't going to be okay, and it's only going to be okay because time goes by. And I ended up finding myself and finding out that I really was going to be okay. But you know, there were always going to be times where I wasn't, and they happen. You know, they happen to everybody.
But you seem to always meet these amazing people.
Yeah, you know, and there would be things that would intervene and continuously happen that would make me go, it is going to be okay, and I just need to like keep my eye on the goal, you know, that kind of a thing makes it a lot easier.
Obviously, the new single's coming out soon.
On 28th.
Stuck. Can you tell me a bit about it, what it's about? And
Sure. It's the only love song I've ever written, even though it's a slightly backhanded love song. If I'm stuck, at least I'm stuck with you. But it's a very sincere song, you know. I think it's very rare it was written about someone very specific. But it also was written about one person and a lot of people. Because that song for me means, you know, we all get to a place in our life with either someone or something where there's that sort of complacency. But I think it is, in a way, healthy to be complacent. I think it isn't if you're too complacent, if you're the unhealthy side of things. But I do think there is a sense of comfort that we need as people to be able to be in a relationship. Like, you need that person you can just be shitty with, or be sloppy with, or be who you are with, and to find that person and go, yeah, you know what, I'm totally fine with being with you and nothing else. I'm content with that. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. I think that's a very rare thing to find. And I don't think people necessarily write about that enough. Because we can all write about that one special like moment of fireworks or whatever it is, and that's really exciting too. And we can all also write about the moment we want to like stab our ex-boyfriend in the eyeball with a pencil or whatever. But I think it's also very rare that, you know, you sort of hear about the sort of happy stuck middle ground. And being there and being okay with like who you are, what you have, what you've chosen. And that's what that song is really about. And I love singing that song. I'm really happy that it's become a single, because I feel like it's got this really warm and fuzzy feeling that that helps, you know, kind of round out the record in a way. Because a lot, you're right, the other songs in the album are quite dark and quite sad.
Well, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it came out in the winter, so you kind of expect that anyway.
You know, there's songs like Not the Drinking, which sounds happy, but actually isn't very happy. You know, or we soft-released Painkillers before the album came out, and that is definitely not a happy song. You know, and I'm really happy that Stuck exists, and that it's getting some attention, because it really does mean a lot to me.
And you've had all these quite interesting collaborations in the past. Are there any new ones coming up, or is there anyone that you would like to collaborate with?
Oh, there are loads of people. That list is long. Dan Auerbach, who's the lead singer of the Black Keys, has been my hero for a long time. I'm like one of those assholes who's been walking around going, I've been listening to the Black Keys for forever, and you haven't listened to it. You don't like it as much as I do. Like, I've been one of those people.
Nobody knows this album is actually, I think, their fifth.
Yeah, and I've been listening to them forever. I own like every live DVD they've ever put out. I'm like the creepo, like finding all their stuff online. So I've been a devoted fan forever, and I think he's amazing, and I would love to work with him. There's Professor Green and I are finally finishing a song that we started last year.
What kind of song would it
be? It's going on to his second album. It's a really dark piece. It's sort of about where do you cross the line when you're being sneaky on your other half, and what are the terms and what does it mean, and it's an interesting tune. It's really dark, but it's also really honest. We both really dig it. It's a good tune. I'm excited for people to hear it.
And it's Valentine's Day next week. What would be your perfect Valentine's Day, or has been?
What would be my perfect?
Yeah. Not the person. I mean, what would be
what's the perfect situation?
Yeah. Seems like hard work.
I'm trying to think. Probably right now, and this is just because I can't have booze, because I've sworn off booze until after I run 2 marathons in October, would be to watch a film and drink a bottle of wine That would be really, really nice. Well, not just to myself, me and my date. That would be really nice. A bottle of Malbec, because that's my favorite one.
Nice. So you mentioned you're running marathons in October?
Yeah, I'm running 2 marathons in October. One, I'm running the Chicago full marathon, and then I'm running the Cardiff half marathon.
Is that for yourself or?
It is for myself. I've been a runner for years. I've always wanted to run marathons, but I'm running. I'm epileptic, and I'm running in honor of epilepsy awareness. And yeah, it was something I've always wanted to do, and just put it off for ages. And I just thought, I've got to stop procrastinating.